Hello and welcome to Thursday night, Savage Universe. We're here live in 2024, and as a special treat for everyone, we have Alb on here for the first
Hi.
Savage Universe of 2024. Good to have you back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Now, we have you here. First of all, hello to everyone out in the Savage Universe who is joining us tonight. It is wonderful to see everybody. I've missed you guys. But all right, so we have something special to announce. Alb, I'm not going to steal any of your thunder. I'm going to put the image up and let you tell us what we're talking about.
It's not my thunder as well. It's a community project. Yes. It's the Fast Furious Fun February Creator Jam where everyone's invited. So just as a quick introduction, if anybody doesn't know what the Creator Jam is, you are welcome to create or just publish something during the month of February. Make an hashtag of Fast Furious, FFFebruary 2024, and to join the fun. So it's more like maybe the little push you needed to finish your project, or just a way to create something as part of the team, because there's a team. But it's totally not mandatory. So if you just want to join in without using the theme, that's okay. You're fine. We welcome you anyway.
So I love the logo.
Yeah.
I actually think having you on, I think you were one of our first guests when we launched the Savage Universe stream.
That might be, yes.
Last year, because we were talking about the Creator Jam.
Yeah. Because it's funny because it was like a totally random idea. That's not mine. I don't remember whose it was, but to say like, if there's a Creator Jam, we should call it Fast Furious Fun February, because it just added an F to the Savage Worlds motto.
Right.
And I thought it was such a good idea. I had to use it. I had the permission of the guy who had the first idea to use it. But so I just started to ask my few artists around if I could have a logo, and it's the second year. We had like a dozen submission last year. I hope we'll have more this year, but it's yeah, that's about it. That's the idea.
Well, the logo is great. Like, yeah. I love it. Like, there's a lot going on, and it's very focused, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, and I made sure that Red was on it, the character Red.
Yep, I see that right in the back of the dragon.
Yeah, so that's it. And if I know a lot of people wanted to know this year theme, so I thought about it hard. I had so many ideas. Richard Woolcock had a brilliant idea 2 days ago. I went, oh, why didn't I thought of that? But my logo isn't good enough to represent it, so that might be next year's
theme. What's this year's theme?
It's Dreams of Rebellion. So I'm a big fan of the punk subgenre, and I wanted to have a theme that was vague enough that you could add pretty much everything to it. So like Dreams of Rebellion can be about pretty much anything, but you have an idea about do androids dream of electronic sheep? There's the punk aspect with the rebellion, because people tend to forget that cyberpunk is not about chrome and neons only. It's also about being rebellious.
Right, it's rebelling against capitalism, right?
Yeah.
That was kind of the like any of the punk movements really were about rising
be
up
yourself against the man.
Yeah,
basically. So that's and I think the genre that mostly missed the point usually is steampunk, because steampunk it's mostly like stick a gear on it and call it steampunk.
There's no real rebellion going on in steampunk.
There is.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
In steampunk, you have the imperialist English empire that's basically like terrorizing the world. You have the Baker Street irregulars, so the street urchins that are poor while the nobles have all the riches. So usually in steampunks, you try to use those interaction as part of your story, But
I don't know, Al. Most of the steampunk games I've been a part about have been, can I put a gear on it and does it look cool? And very little.
yes, but there's a name for that genre. It's called gaslight or gaslamp fantasy. Because people tend to mix the two. They call it steampunk because they think it's cooler, but when you look at, for example, the most notable example of gaslight fantasy is a Girl Genius, which is a fantastic webcomic.
Yeah.
And the authors themselves say we're not steampunk because there's not a lot of class struggle in our stories. Just epic heroes doing epic stuff. So it's gaslight fantasy. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with the gaslight fantasy. No. It's a very good genre. But if you want to call it steampunk, you have to have that class struggle thing, I think, in my opinion.
I agree with you. I think that the struggle is what makes it punk, which is also sort of one of my, I don't know if I want to call it a problem or a feature with other cyberpunk games, because eventually it becomes about what's the newest book, what's the new gear I can get out of the new book. I'm like, guys, you're buying into everything cyberpunk was rebelling against. You have become the consumer. You want all of the new gear, which is kind of antithetical to the original. Like, we're not going to be consumers. We're not going to buy into capitalism.
But there's a genre that's actually, yes, J-M right, absolutely talented fellow. Yes. Love him. He's doing the coloring on Girl Genius, so
fantastic.
It's like he's not the heart and soul, but he's the face of Girl Genius. So yeah, very good. Thank you, whoever is dealing with the pinnacle.
Oh yeah.
And what I was going to say, that there's a name for every single punk genre without the punk aspect. Because cyberpunk, you can just make your story in a cyberpunk looking city, but not using any of the punk aspect. It's called post cyberpunk. You also have a genre that's called cattle punk, where you have the rail barons fighting against the heroic natives and using slaves to build railways, and you have all those interactions. Like if it's Wazak, sorry if I'm mispronouncing the rail company in the lands. Yeah, so if it's as if every single company was Wazak, and but if you don't use the punk aspects, it's called the Weird West. So people are misusing the punk name for many stories.
Right, and there's a difference between cyberpunk and transhumanism, right? Those are two different genres that have a lot of things.
There's a lot of transhumanism in cyberpunk. Yes. Transhumanism is more like a subgenre, because you can have like hard sci-fi transhumanism. You can have epic opera transhumanism. You can have everything. The hard sci-fi transhumanism is it's called transhuman space. I love it. It's an old GURPS setting. It should have a new edition. It's a very, very good setting, but there's no cyberpunk in it. It's just transhumanism, but you can also have I'm not sure a lot of people saw my face. I don't like showing my face.
Peg thinks that it's because you're a professional model, and if you showed your face, we'd have to pay you. So
yeah, sorry about that. Pinnacle can't afford me.
They can't. So I think for me, and I know we're far afield here, but for me, the main difference between transhumanism and cyberpunk is, in transhumanism, the things you implant in your body make you more than human. They uplift us. The goal is to make a better human. In cyberpunk, everything you put into your body removes you from humanity.
That's a nice way of saying this.
You become the product that the megacorp wants to buy, and you literally are like making yourself less human, whether it's cyber psychosis or essence loss. There's this idea that yeah, you're not entirely human anymore, and that's not entirely a good thing.
Yes, that's a good point, and that's why I always wanted to wrote. I have like 20 different projects I would like to work, but on a cyber madness cyberpunk game with Tulu elements, because one of the thing that's frequent in Tulu with the deep ones and the goals is you become the monsters while you look at them. So like you losing your sanity will be like the same thing on uh, the same slide if you put cyberware in your body as well. So
Hmm.
like that's the same idea as well. Yeah. But yes, sorry.
Oh no, I was going to say. So the theme is dreams of rebellion, and we just
Yeah.
covered a lot of punk. Is there anything else that, at least for you, and again, the theme is tenuous at best. Like
Yeah.
participate in the creator jam.
Yeah.
If you could
But
tie it back to this, awesome.
you can. Well, I added a backdoor to this because you can be rebellious and not use the
There
theme,
you go.
and you still use the theme. So that's about it. But I also wanted, because dreams is very important to me, I have my dream book, and I wake up in the middle of the nights with a very good dream I had, so I wrote it down for later because you
Hmm.
forget dreams, and that's one of my main source of inspiration for basically everything. So I wanted to add that aspect as well, that you can just let your ideas flow and see where they lead you. And that being said, I saw somebody talking about hit me with your one shot.
Yes, that was
What's this?
DM James.
Sorry, I'm not a big listener of streams and everything, so I just wanted to know that what's hit me with your one shot.
So hit me with your one shot is Nice at the Smith dinner table does their one shots that they do. And they
Oh
said
yeah, I was
yeah,
on there on
they
one
said
of
they
their
need
one
you
shot.
on
Oh
another
okay,
one. Yeah,
yeah. Sorry, I remembered I was on this, but I didn't remember the name. Yes, invite me. See when I'm available. It'll be my pleasure, either to play one of my game or someone else's. That's
see, Savage Universe bringing Savage Worlds fans together. So this is part of, if you are unfamiliar with the Creator Jam, this is an outgrowth of the unofficial Savage Worlds Discord server, which I'm putting a link to in the chat right now. If you're not a member, why not? Like, go over there, hang out with a bunch of cool people who love Savage Worlds at least as much as you do, if not more. So if
and we're very chill guys. You can just
yeah,
you can just come in, ask questions. We're usually very friendly until we're not, but sometimes we're not friendly because someone is not friendly with us, or because we tend to have like very we know what we like in some systems, and Savage World has a very unique way of handling many things compared to other system. And if you come with what if I how do you want how would I handle this or this in Savage Worlds? Sometimes we just answer, well, you'll be better off with another system than Savage Worlds.
I
So
and my brain is going to die. There's
sorry.
who is the I'm gonna forget his name, and it'll come to me about 20 minutes later. But there was a one of the guys who was around before the Inklings used to
Mhm.
say, "You don't move another man, you don't move a boundary stone until you know why it was put there in the first place."
Yeah,
And that's how
yeah.
I feel about um, trying new systems. Like
Hmm.
we'll see a lot of people say, "Well, I think I like Savage Worlds, but I don't like X." Well, have you played it? Well, no, I just don't like it. Like intellectually. Well, that's cool, and you can change it, but give it a shot. The rules is written so that you understand why it's there.
And to paraphrase the game master himself, Matt Corville, play as many games as you can using as many systems as you can to learn what you like and to learn how to play with those systems to make the best game you can have.
Yeah.
And yeah, play Savage Worlds, see what you like about Savage World, play Torg, see what you like about Torg. play D&D, see what you like about D&D. Play Shadowrun and see what you like about Shadowrun. I haven't played Shadowrun in a while though. I should. Are they on the 6th or 7th edition now?
I think they're on their 6th edition, and it was interesting. 4th edition Shadowrun was super heroic.
Yeah,
and fifth went completely the opposite and like overcorrected too much. And I think 6th has found a balance. So, and that's not just going to go back here to Peg's comment. I appreciate it, but it's also you guys who are showing up here. Like we were, the Peg's Twitch channel was in the top 10% of channels in our category for 2023,
Congrats.
which is just awesome.
Congrats. That's very cool.
I think
there's a way to play Shadowrun in Savage Worlds. It's called Sprawl Runners.
Sprawl Runners, yes.
It's a very, very good. Or if you prefer, Sprawl Runner is more on the rule light spectrum. If you want to play in Savage World, but more greedy, more in the gritty, you also have Interface Zero, which is another take at Shadowrun. And if you only want to have like gun porn, you have Savage Battle Lords. That's more like cyberpunk in space because you play grunts working for corporations to die against hordes of aliens.
And then, Venkel pointed out if you want cybernetics, you can do Savage Rifts.
Well, Savage Rifts can be anything, so it's like cheating.
True.
It's a trump card.
It is cheating.
Yeah. I want to play fantasy Savage Rifts. I want to play sci-fi Savage Rift. I want to play like anything anime slice of life Savage Rift.
Yeah, you can do it. There's
the crazy and the Cyber Night Day Off slice of life.
The Buddy Cop Show Savage Rifts game.
Yeah, Buddy Cop Show. Yeah.
So you called this the Creator Jam, and we've talked about the theme. So what are you looking for? And I realize that you looking for is really not the right terminology there. But for the Creator Jam, are we looking for edges? Are we looking for adventures? Are we looking for little jump starts? Like what's the goal for somebody who's like, I'd like to play in this. I'd like to do something with the Creator Jam. What do I need to bring to the table?
I just saw I love the idea of the juicer saying that he's getting too old for this stuff.
That's right. Because he's, a year into his juicer life.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that. I have ADHD.
Oh no, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm getting distracted all the time. So, but the question was, sorry.
So
what are we looking for?
Exactly.
Yes. We're looking for at anyone that wants to create something. It can be like you can have a podcast or you can have a blog. You can have an idea for a setting. You can have an idea for a few edges. Just come and see us. Create a blog. Send me the details. It'll be my pleasure. We're trying to find, because last year we had, it was hosted on the Savagepedia website.
Mm-hmm.
Savagepedia is, unless I'm mistaken, is down at the moment. So that's not something we can use again. We're working to see what kind of alternatives we can have. But at the moment, it's probably going to be send me a DM on Discord or Facebook or Reddit. And I'll just make the list and host it somewhere. And it can be as simple as a single edge to a complete setting. At the moment, I'm already I'm not writing anything down because I want to try to be as fair as possible as the other creators, but I'm working on Jumpstart this year as well. So, and it's going to be a biopunk setting. So
nice.
I think biopunk is a genre that should be more exploited, because we're seeing a lot more genetic developments in real life than cyber development. There are cyber developments, but like cyber eyes or cyber ears, but actual DNA warping and having elements of other animals into your blood can be a lot fun in a sitting, and I think it can explore a lot more about who you are truly, because if you add metal to your body, you're just adding objects to your body. But if you change your DNA itself, if you change who you are, and usually it's designer babies. So I'm taking inspiration a lot about Brave New World. So
Oh yeah.
everyone is designed for a single job, but some people aren't happy with this and want to be something else. So that's where the punk and rebellion comes. So that's what I'm working on. I'm throwing ideas around.
I like that. I know. I mean, you mentioned Torg earlier.
Yeah,
That's the way they went with Pan Pacifica in Torg Eternity. They went
yeah.
a lot
I
more.
don't tell me. I'm still only like 3 games in year 1 for Torg. So don't tell me a lot of stuff.
Oh, I won't spoil anything.
Okay,
That's just the direction they went with one of the Cosms. That used to be a little bit more like noir punk, like noir cyberpunk, but
I'm just in the Porg game, in the Porg, the Torg game. I'm a player in our home Torg game, and I'm playing. I used to be a physics professor specialized in alternate realities, and
nice.
I was like proven right when the alternate realities attacked. And in game, I like change Cosm like multiple times. So I'm getting like kind of crazy, because I think that changing Cosm, disconnecting and changing Cosm is the way to understand the universe. So every time I'm in a new Cosm, I try to just shift and create like disconnection so I can
That's awesome.
reconnect to the same. So yeah. So I like that a lot about Torg. Like you can, like every time you are in a different world, you change rules, and if you are in the wrong universe, the rules might not apply to you, or they might apply because like you're superhero in the the Indiana Jones
The Nile
world.
Empire, yeah.
You can just have a mask and nobody recognizes you, even if it's only just a little mask. And a cape is a totally acceptable armor that gives you bonuses, even if it's only a cape.
So I came from Savage Worlds. I came to Savage Worlds from Torg Eternity.
Okay.
And I love the way that Savage Worlds
and just
does
say
their setting rules, right? That's
Shane,
essentially.
Yeah, Shane worked on Torg as well. Yeah.
Yes. Great stuff.
Yeah, great stuff. And I think there's a lot of stuff that can be used in Savage World from Torg, like you said, setting rules. You can have. I think that's something that Rift could use as well, because Rift is a lot about changing universes and alternate dimensions, and if you can change the rules, that's a very, very cool way of handling. And I know that one of the I'm talking about everything but Savage World. Sorry about that. But there's another system I don't like, because I find the system itself is a little bit like it's too clunky and too simple at the same time. It's Cypher, but they have so many great settings.
Yeah,
and so many great settings.
Yeah, I'm quite familiar with the Cypher system.
Yeah.
So jumping back over to Savage Worlds.
Sorry,
it's fine. Alb, I would sit here and talk to you about just all the different games. I know the quote you were talking about from Matt Colville, where he says, if you want to be a good GM, you need to reread your rule book a lot. If you want to be a good game designer, you need to read a lot of different rule books to understand how you can make pieces that all get pulled together.
And he's like my go-to quote master. You can quote Colville all day long and you'll sound very intelligent.
I was going to pull my favorite one out, but my brain just died. So there's really no parameters, as long as it sort of fits. As long as we're getting people who want to design something for Savage Worlds.
It's more like an excuse to design something.
Yeah,
because there's no. We're going to talk about it in a future stream, I'm sure the different submissions at the end of February, what we had for settings or rules or any book, but there's no price. There's not going to be any juries checking which is the best one. We just want people to create, basically.
First of all, Crip, right? One can always quote Faustus and Goethe and sound intelligent.
Who's that guy?
Crip, right?
No, Goethe.
Goethe wrote the life and the damnable life and deserved death of Dr. Faustus. Or maybe I'm getting Marlowe, because Marlowe rewrites the German into another play, but basically he was the origin of Faust.
Okay. I just opened his Wikipedia page to see a little bit about it. Okay, cool. I'm not a big classical writer or classical reader. I haven't read a lot of the classics or people that lived a century ago, so I'm not very good at that. Maybe a little bit more about the French ones, because that's where my education comes from, since I'm French. But I always find it interesting. I know who Faust is, but that's about anything I know. There's a guy named Faust.
Yes,
that's known. That's the limit of my knowledge about this guy.
So John Doom, I think you're talking about Greg Stafford. Greg Stafford is the game designer that several other game designers are like, if you think you come up with a cool new mechanic, Greg probably did it 40 years ago and explained it better than you. So really, this is just an excuse to get together with a bunch of other people who love Savage Worlds and who want to create things. Alb, send me, as you get submissions, like we should batch them and put up articles on Savage Universe. I'm with Peg. We should find a way for Savage Universe to host the Creator Jam list this year. I'll talk with the Chris's and see about getting a page set up for the Creator Jam 2024 on Savage Universe.
And you can find me on Reddit. The unofficial Savage World Reddit, the unofficial Savage World Discord, or on my Facebook, The Raven and the Albatross.
Okay.
Look it up. I'm the guy who wrote that little game called Big Apple Sewer Samurai.
Yes.
If nobody knows about it.
I mean, we do know about it. I mean, anybody tuning into Savage Universe should know about it because we had you on to talk about it.
Yeah, so you can contact me on any of those platforms. I'll be happy to... I know classics. Sorry, I'm just answering people in the chat.
No, that's fine.
I know classics. I know French classics. Talk to me about Rousseau. Talk to me about Molière. Talk to me about all those people that are classics. But
hey, right?
Sorry about that.
The Matter of Britain was written best by the French authors, and the Matter of France was written by the British authors. So
yeah, and I wrote Edgar Allan Poe in French, he was translated by one of the best.
Alan had a good question. So they
can be say what you want. They can be swag. They can be aces. You can start a Kickstarter in the February and call it part of the Creator Jam. Really, sky is the limit. As long as we promote creation in the Savage World community. I did try to contact Drive Through and everything, but I got stuck in the bureaucracy, so might be able to have more support next year. But
awesome. Alb, thanks for coming on and talking about this. I'm really excited for the Creator Jam. Send your stuff. Jump on the unofficial Savage Worlds Discord server. Get in touch with Alb. Send him your stuff. We'll get it posted. At the very least, we'll try and batch it once a week, maybe once every other week, to do an article on Savage Universe. And I'll get in touch with the people who need to know about getting that set up just to host on Savage Universe, host the list on Savage Universe. That was a really great Doctor Who episode, Crip, right? That was the high watermark for me on Matt Smith's run. Sorry.
That's okay. I watch, I think, 2 or 3 Doctor Who episodes at most in my life. So I don't know them. I know Doctor Who by the memes mostly and pop culture osmosis.
Fair.
Jurassic Park. Oh my God.
I know Jurassic Park is a freebie. Alan, I'm going to need to know more.
Yeah. What's Jurassic Park?
About this before we sign off. So start typing quickly. That You've Just Been Goth soundbite is fantastic.
The soundbite. Okay. Jurassic Park we are in. Yeah. Sometimes it's just that's the funny thing about creation. Sometimes, because whoever said that people don't judge a book by its cover is lying.
Right. No, we live in an industry. We work in an industry where covers draw people in. Right. We judge gaming books by their cover all the
time. And what? Stop trying to mess with my concentration, guys.
Sorry.
And no, that's okay. And sometimes it's just, it can be the elevator pitch. It can be just the name that's drawing people in. Because Jurassic Park, we know absolutely nothing about what Jurassic Park is. It might just be like,
it's apparently an accidental villain uses a portal to bring prehistoric pigs to a pre-war Britain.
Yeah, that's like perfect. That's excellent. And you can have like steampunk elements to this or anything, or depending on which war we're talking about, either diesel punk, steampunk, atom punk. So you have a lot of choices here. Yeah, which war? And it's just a name can draw interest to people, and sometimes just a name can make you want to create.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, I don't think we can see where this goes.
But we're here for it.
A lot of ways.
World War II, pre-World War II. All right, awesome.
So, like, you can have Nazis riding prehistoric pigs and everything. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff you can do with it. So, yes, if you have a good idea, even if you don't have a good idea, you can work on it. Maybe you won't be able to produce something in February, but I'm a firm believer that writing is a therapy in itself, for me at least. So just create. I have so many unused, unfinished projects on my computer. It's crazy. I have let's see, just to give you an idea. I have property. I have, oh my God, 52 gigs of stuff on my computer. It's images and like half used projects and everything. So don't be afraid to write. OneNote is where unfinished projects hibernate. True. I have Google Docs instead of OneNote, but I can totally understand what you're saying here. Just write, just create. You'll find something for you, and if you're able to finish, even better. We'll love to see what you can create. Don't be afraid to create. We won't bite. We're usually very, very friendly. We give constructive criticism. We only want people to create, basically. We only want people to see the joy there is in creation and to share those ideas.
Which is one of the things I love about the Savage Universe community, right? It's just about people who love creating things for Savage Worlds.
And for you can see the concentration.
Yeah, I was like, no, Knights of the Smith Entertainment.
For a moment, I thought I was disconnecting because you just froze. You
Yeah, I was
weren't.
like looking at all the
Yeah.
chats.
and and it's not only about Savage World. We're writing for Savage Worlds, of
Mhm.
course, but writing in itself can be about anything. And it's not only game design. I'm going to repeat myself. It can be a blog. You can just have
Yeah.
ideas about how to, because that's a question that comes a lot on the forum, and I'm usually the first one to answer them about, oh, but like, I can't seem to find a way for my villain to survive more than one round against a group of people, or I want to find a way to make this fight interesting, or I want to find a way to challenge that character that's like invincible, or I want to without killing my other characters. So there's, you can just write about those kind of stuffs on
Mhm.
a blog as well, and it's part of the writing of the collective creation as well. So
Well,
uh,
and the nice thing is it's a community that you can engage with. So you're hanging
mhm,
out with people who are also creating, which helps get the creative juices flowing.
mhm. And there, yeah, and there's like, you, wherever you go, you have people from the Pinnacle staff that can look at your stuff as well. On the unofficial Discord farm, we have a few staff members that are that are lurking and even interacting with the staff. On Facebook, there's a lot of people from the staff as well. So even if they're not going to answer you directly, you
Mhm.
have a direct access to you,
Yeah.
the staff, that I
Yeah.
don't see there's a lot of in other companies as well.
Yeah,
So
I'm on. I know I'm on there. I know Landauer's on there. There's a lot of us who are members of that Discord community.
Celtic apocalypse setting, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
You can make it a punk apocalypse setting as well and fit in the theme if you want. What's a Celtic apocalypse?
I don't know. I think it's. No, actually, DM James and I have been
Is
talking
there an
about this.
apocalyptic story linked to
I
Celtic
mean, you have
myths?
the death, the sealing of the gates. There's the giants and the fairies. There's a lot that's going on there that could be considered an end of the world type
Mhm.
story. But I don't know that they necessarily have a Ragnarok. Um,
Celtic punk is
awesome. It's after
uh,
Larry Bird
and
retired.
that's one of the thing as well. That's a could you write could you come back to the Jurassic Park comment? Yes,
Yeah, right there.
it just isn't pretty yet. There's a lot of free resources out there. You don't have to buy Affinity to make. Oh, my daughters are laughing. I don't know if you're
Yeah,
hearing them in the
yeah, we can.
background.
It's totally okay.
Sorry about that. Um, so yeah, you don't have to make it pretty, but if you want to make it pretty, just comment on the Discord. We have a lot of people that uses Scribus, which is a free alternative to Affinity. You can also have, like, we usually very friendly. We share our I don't know what's the term. I'm trying to find our canvas, or like when you don't have to build anything from scratch. We can provide some starting point for you to learn the system and
Hmm.
everything. So it's not only about the creation itself, it's about how to make it look good on PDF and how to make it interesting. We have a lot of people that are willing to help share. I know I got a lot of help from people on this for my first book. So, and if sometimes it's only about editing as well. You're not, if you're like me, you don't speak English as a first language, you might need you might want to have people look over your stuff first, so it's not like full of errors every single
Yeah.
sentences. So come see us, ask around. You'll certainly find people that are willing to take a look at what you wrote before publishing it. It's there's no limit to what we can provide for help. The only thing we're not going to provide, and that was a, I think, we're not going to work for free if you plan to publish it for. So if you come here looking at, can somebody give me ideas for a setting I'm planning to publish? It's not necessarily the same thing. We can give you our opinion on what you wrote, but we're not going to wrote something for you.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, we're aside from that, it's come see us. It'll be our pleasure to help.
Alan, I think Section D looks fantastic. So, well, that brings us. I mean, I think that's all we have for this Savage Universe episode. I'm going to put the link to the unofficial Discord server back in there, and I'm going to get the right link. Copy link address. There we go. Yeah, I think that's it. Civil Savage. Can someone else do all the work and give me all the credit? Yeah, it's probably an example of what not to do. Next week, I will be back with James Abendroth, who released the Ravnavori Empire setting for Savage Universe back in December. And
the what? Sorry,
I know that was it's called the Ravnavori Empire setting.
Okay,
so
cool.
We're going to be talking with him next week. And again, Al, you're probably hoping we'll have you back near the end of February or beginning of March to talk about how the Creator Jam went.
I love coming here, so call me whenever you want.
Awesome. I love having you on here. It's always a great time chatting with you.
Thank you.
So until next time, go out there, play some Savage Worlds, and may all your dice ace. Until next time, have a good one, everyone.
See ya.